Law enforcement suicides are at an all-time high right now. One of the causes is poor leadership within the law enforcement profession. Nick, the host of the Roll Call Room podcast, has written a book, Police Mental Barricade, A Survivor's Guide to Poor Law Enforcement Leadership. This book is a raw and powerful look into suicide and how poor leadership decisions contribute to law enforcement suicides. Buy the book now at mentalhealthbarricade.com and stop the stigma.
The issues discussed on the Roll Call Room podcast do not reflect the opinions of any specific agency. Any characters discussed on this show may be fictional for comedic value unless you're a shitbag Steve. This podcast is rated explicit and listener discretion is advised.
If the lion is the king of the jungle, how can he be the king of the jungle? If he's not the biggest, the elephant is probably one of the biggest. He can't be the fastest because that's a cheetah. He can't be the smartest. So he's not the biggest, the fastest, or the smartest. So how does a lion become the king of the jungle? His mentality. That's the only difference of a lion and an elephant. When a lion walks up and sees an elephant, he thinks lunch. An elephant thinks run. And it's all mentality. Because when a male lion walks up, he may be outnumbered by a pack of hyenas, but I'm king of my jungle because of my mentality.
What happens when you're a gazelle and you're not being pushed, you're not being prodded, you're not given a reward, nobody's encouraging you? What happens when you're a gazelle and the lion's not chasing you anymore? You stop running. But what happens when you're a lion? When you are a lion, it does not make a difference. You realize that if your family is going to eat, that if that pack of lions is to survive, then you gotta go hunt. A part of being a beast just ain't eating a gazelle. A part of being a beast is the hunts. It's the hunt that they're excited about. They like to see the gazelles run. Then boom, they take off. Because real lions like to hunt. They love the process just as much as they love the prize. And some of y'all just want to score. You don't like the process. You're not in love with the process. A true hunter's goal is not the prize. A true hunter's goal is to hunt. That's what they live for. They live to hunt. They don't just live to catch it. It's the whole process. When you are a true hunter, you don't go by time, you go by the gazelle. When you are a true hunter, you hunt until you get a gazelle, and you don't stop until you get one. And then you get another, and then you get another, and you get another. If you're gonna do what you say you're gonna do, be what you say you're gonna be, you're gonna have to lion me out. You a gazelle, you gonna come up short. You a gazelle, you gonna have an average experience. You a student, I need you in lion mode. You an entrepreneur, I need you in lion mode. You try to lose weight, lion mode. You can't do nothing significant in gazelle mode, nothing. Nothing impressive happens in gazelle mode. Nothing happens in run mode, give up mode, quit mode, scared mode, fearful mode, nothing happens. Everything happens in lion mode like I'm coming to get you.
You're listening to the podcast that changed the game and rocked an entire profession. Talking about shit in law enforcement that keeps poor leaders up at night. When others run scared and hide behind fake policies, the Roll Call Room podcast tells it like it is. No bullshit. No matter how hard these Steves try, we keep killing it. And now, here are your hosts, Nick and Mike.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode Off Duty and On the Air. Episode 2. We made it.
Deuces.
The big deuce
Today. The big deuce.
Nothing more underrated than a good number 2, is there?
Folks listening, there was a 10-minute before the episode that you missed, which is good because in cancel culture, we would all be canceled.
I hope we're just big enough to be canceled at this point.
Right.
Yeah, I know. You have to be like somebody to be canceled, I guess. I am one of your hosts, Nick. We'll go around the room for the late bloomers that have not joined. So we'll go around the room and introduce ourselves once more.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Mark the Cop.
And this is Dr. David.
This is FD Donnie.
Sorry. I apologize.
Mr. Hat's also here.
Mr. Hat.
And the Kelly.
The Kelly.
The Kelly.
The Kelly.
Yes.
Kelly. And you're in my phone as the Kelly, too. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
So we
Thank
are
you.
episode 2, and we racked our brains out, which amongst all of us
Is it
Very little.
Maybe one brain.
almost.
Almost. Yes.
But we got Dr. David, so we're good there.
And so what we came up with was rookie mistakes, rookie purchases, rookie regrets. And
Yeah.
Dave could kind of chime in and tell us what some of this means, because it is a pattern when you're a rookie of things that you've done that you regret. And
Okay.
I got quite a few. The statute of limitations is not up yet, so I'll
Refrain from going there.
some people are still in federal prison, and I don't want that overturned. So I'll start with rookie purchases. Mark and I were talking on the phone earlier today, and rookie purchases meaning you got the job, you're just starting, and toys that you have to have is one thing that cops and FD Donnie, I think you can chime in on this as well.
Mhm.
I don't know how it is on the FD side. Is like, I guess when you get hired for your side, I guess the order would be like put your order in from My Pillow first.
Yeah, my pillow. And then your pajamas. Make sure you have the
Who
little
can count the
ass
number of
thing.
alarms sounding off, or the number of yawns that wipe away cobwebs of sleep.
Is that the training video?
That is training material.
It's like you want to get a digital alarm versus an analog. You don't want analog, the ticking as you're trying to get your 19 hours of sleep. But all joking aside, on the FD side, is it like that on that side where you get probies? They're called probies, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get a
probies work.
Yeah, and they
Probationary employee.
Yeah,
Dr. David's like, probe? What are you probing?
Right.
It's got interesting real quickly.
That's on the police side.
Yeah, that's
I know
right.
I know the train.
I know the first thing they get is that International Firefighters Association sticker to put all over their car.
Yeah, I guess slap
They
that
put
up
it on the front windshield, the rear windshield, or the rear window. Like, hey, I'm a fireman, and fucking drive up and down the street like they're.
But now it's
like, hey, look at me.
It's the thin
right
red
there beside your FOP badge.
Right.
Yeah.
Your little
But-
star on the back.
How dare you?
But they
We're
get
better than you.
They get the T-shirt.
Yeah,
We don't get the T-shirt.
Right.
Right.
And then there's the thin red line now, because I used to find that all the
Doesn't
time.
that mean you're on your period? Oh, wrong one. I'm so sorry.
Was not expecting that.
4 minutes in.
Surprise.
Never mind.
All of us.
All right, let's Donnie talk.
At least the firemen are getting the red line, but you guys are getting the blue balls.
Right.
Right. Your blue line.
That is true. That
I'll
is-
at least get the red line.
Laverne. Nobody's blue balls over here.
So FD Donnie, what's the rookie purchase as a fire, like right out of the academy?
Yeah, just basically hand tools that you would use and leave in your gear. Screwdrivers. I mean, simple shit. Stuff that you would have on the truck, but stuff along those lines. Stethoscope, blood pressure cuff. Some people like to have their own.
What?
It's about it's about it.
Really? I never even thought of that. That's interesting. What about what are you, Mr. Hat? What was your rookie or bunch of purchases that you made that were rookie purchases? And I'm talking equipment because we're gonna get this stuff like cars and stuff like that later,
Right?
Because I think
first thing you get is like a T-shirt, like State Trooper, like from the. You can only the detectives and something would wear at a crime scene. They come in and it's got State Trooper on there. Here they call actually, maybe the first is a ticket book of thickness. They give you these little, we got Mark's attention here.
Of thickness.
Yeah. Thickness.
Because they give you these little tiny, and they're real thin. But I'm like, dude, and this is when you handwrite tickets. It's all electronics and shit now.
I've been told that the thin ticket books do just as good as the thick ones.
They do,
but it's all on how you.
They
use
do,
it.
Nick. Though, but you gotta when you tear off the two copies, there's a buff and a core copy.
Yes,
that goes into your ticket book, into the little behind it where you stack them up for the day. And you get a good fucking holiday. You're gonna need the bigger ticket book because it's gonna be fucking full of carbon copies and shit like that.
Up in the third world that you guys are from in Ohio, are your
land of the snow?
Yeah, are your tickets big? Like when you issue somebody a citation, how big is it?
It's like a half sheet of paper.
Yeah, it's a half sheet of paper. It's that long. That's what
ours was 11 by 14. 11 by 14.
Big size.
It's long.
Ours is about like that.
Yeah.
No. Ours is
just a half. Jesus Christ, that's more like a mortgage, isn't it?
All right.
So many blocks you have to fill out too.
Right.
Fucking blocks.
I know.
And then you got to buy a cool sunglasses, like badass sunglasses.
You gotta get
everybody's got to have their stroke.
Well, I was poor, so I had to get the Smoakleys. From
Menards
big dog or something from Speedway or something.
Sponsored by Lejean Brames instead of LeBron James.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think sunglasses first, ticket book second. Must. Yeah,
that's a must. What about you, Kelly? I gotta hear this. Were you one of those pink,
Swedish fish?
No, absolutely not.
So you didn't do pink cuffs at all?
No. Mm-mm.
Although we did have pink cups at the department.
I'm proud of you.
Not for criminal use.
Yeah, we did.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, remember them assholes we would put pink cups on them.
I was in the hot
some dude you put.
I don't remember any of that.
Yeah.
Wasn't that in the hot
anyway.
Tub?
Yes.
Seat organizer, Kelly?
No.
I'm bad at it.
Well,
Kelly grew up poor, so she didn't really get it. She wouldn't even go to the doctor when she was sick.
So I did get Oakleys, but that was because the department provided them after you got tased.
Whoa.
What?
We got to go to the local car racing store and pick out a pair of Oakleys.
Right.
Yeah. So I think just probably like Mr. Hat said, the Under Armour gear.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted to have the extra cool
511. I think it was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the Under Armour physical brand, the tactical line, is what I got.
The dry fit, like the dry fit kind.
It's actually called tactical.
Oh,
so every cop has to buy it because it's tactical.
Right.
You're gonna pay $20 more.
Yeah.
Well, it's like super compression, and I'm kind of larger in the chest area, so
Me
keeping
too.
all of that and intact was very important.
Trying to rein them in.
Yeah, so I think that, and for some reason I bought 4 pairs of boots.
Wow.
That you still
And the department provided me 2 pairs, so I really didn't need
You
extra.
guys are spoiled.
I
Jeez.
didn't
we were.
I didn't buy anything extra.
Well,
I had a leader who was obviously Sarge, who was like, "Don't go out and buy stupid stuff."
He's so smart.
So then I didn't.
No, I'm stupid.
I literally,
but
like,
I didn't want her
yeah,
being
I
that
did it.
person.
Yeah.
We had a knucklehead on our department that
Tactical.
yes.
Tactical Tommy.
Tactical
he
Tommy.
bought the most. He went, instead of one pair of Oakleys, he went and bought like 3 pairs of Oakleys.
Just in case.
Just in case I broke the first pair, then I had a backup to the backup. This is this guy's mentality.
That guy.
So, yeah. Don't be that guy.
He's the guy that like went on thinblueline.com and bought like every fucking shirt that had like a nude on it, or a shield, or a lion's head. Like
the Punisher's my favorite one.
Oh, the Punisher.
Oh,
The
yeah.
TBL Punisher.
Yeah. That was a
I know where everybody thinking, no, I'm a cop. Wouldn't take all that shit off your truck, dude.
Yeah.
Jesus. Your big your 4-inch FOP Speed Star that obscures half the plate.
I didn't even use one.
Me neither.
I hate that.
My favorite are the ones that wear the tactical like t-shirts off duty, and they're like
That's so stupid.
colors, but they're the parking lot dwellers. They're not even like warriors. They're like they're like, you know, I'll get there when I get there, warriors.
Right.
And then say, I was there, man. I was there.
Oh, we had one like that, didn't we, Kelly? Shut that shit off.
Oh, that's who I was talking about. Tactical.
Yeah.
So tactical, but afraid to do the job.
Yeah,
You're right.
Scared to death. What a tool bag.
The best part is when you hear stories and roll call from these people, and you're like, hold up, that was me. Like,
Yeah.
I was there. I mean, I was there.
I heard it on the radio at home.
Yeah. I heard it while I was at 7-Eleven taking a Duke.
A number 2.
Number deuce.
Number 2. Yeah. That's what we are.
All right, so Mark, what's up with you, man? What's your rookie purchase?
Well, the list is long but distinguished.
Trading
stupid.
cards.
Oh my God, yeah, the trading card. We're gonna have to put the trading card up, Nick. I'll text it to you.
Oh my God.
I got one Circus
1996. Oh, you have a trading card
and
too?
I'm like, I got my hand up on a tree, like, hey, look at me.
Oh wow,
it's
I'm gonna rest
terrible.
this tree.
It's fucking terrible.
Right. I'm so.
This has to be experienced. So while I'm trying to function my phone here, I was always I'm like a flashlight guy, you know, so I'm like that weirdo. So, you know, it's back when Maglite first came out.
Oh yeah.
With the LED light versus the incandescent, you know.
Yep.
So I had to have that. I was never a big excess. You know, I'm a Ray-Ban guy, so I don't like Oakley, so I always buy Ray-Ban. So like, hey man, those are awful expensive, aren't they? I'm like, motherfucker, they're cheaper than Oakleys.
Dick.
And plus they got a little style to them, you know. What's them ones? The gargoyle?
Oh yeah,
the gargoyle. Everybody has the gargoyles on. I always laughed at those. But
Ray-Ban doesn't have any that are labeled tactical.
Right. So I was more about
dude,
having
if they do
style versus
somebody
being-
right now is like, oh, I'm going to make a Ray-Ban tactical.
Yeah.
Charge $100 extra.
Yeah, look in the group text there, Nick.
This is good for radio.
Did it go?
Yeah. Like, hey, audience.
We'll put that up for everyone.
Stash,
yeah,
dude.
look at that. 1996, man.
Dude.
Whenever we did the
Sally Jesse called. She wants her glasses back.
Oh my God.
Was she a talk show host?
She was. Sally Jesse Raphael.
I remember that.
Yeah, these dipshits
It's-
like, oh, we need to do dare cards. You know the kids are going to want to collect them. I'm like,
Dude,
nobody wants this photo.
This has got to go up on the wall by Donnie's picture.
Yeah, by Hedgehog Donnie. Yeah, we'll put that in the studio
That's
with
gotta
Hedgehog
go up
Donnie.
there, dude. That-
I was actually, you know, I kind of like to have a viewer.
I think I'm turned on right now.
Yeah.
Every
Donnie,
episode.
Hands up on the table, guys.
Every episode.
Hold on, though. Does Dr. Dave, like when you went through school, I mean, did you, like when you became something with
When you became something.
whatever this therapy shit
What do you
is
mean,
that
like
you
David
got?
Johnson? He's got his
Yeah,
name
but
in
like, dude,
in the phone book.
like you go to college and you get your degree. Is there something like,
Did you buy something pricey?
like here I am, I made it.
I think the first thing that I all of mental health people need when they start their career is directions to the food stamp.
Where's the free cheese?
Second is directions to metropolitan housing. And third is the list of stores in the area that take SNAP. And that would be about the extent of your desires as a beginning mental health person.
Okay.
Well played. Did you get a Herman Miller chair, though?
No, I did not get a Herman Miller chair. I got the chair, whatever they gave me to.
Oh, wow.
No, I never had my own chair. Had my own ass, and that was about it.
Wow. Herman Miller chairs, just right now, I'm looking at it on online, and it's $7,895 for a Herman
That
Miller
might
chair.
be connected to the fact I don't have one.
Right. Well, I thought you get the Etsy knockoff, but I'm really surprised. I think we should do a fundraising.
GoFundMe.
Yeah,
for
we
Dr.
should do a
Dave.
GoFundMe for Dr. Dave and get him a Herman Miller chair for Christ's sakes.
So Dr. Dave, I was under the impression that
Oh my! Looks like we're.
I was under the
Sorry,
I
Nick,
could
go
live
ahead.
on that.
no, you're good. I was under the impression that therapists make a lot of money like cops and firemen.
We can only aspire to that level of income.
How many times have you heard, that's why you make the big bucks? I'm like, what fucking big bucks are you talking about, man?
I pay your salary. Well, you're not paying a lot, my friend.
Right.
You're a little late on some payment.
Sorry, just for the folks at home, Nick's submission to the group chat. We may have to put that up on social media.
Like
That's a really nice chair.
It's a rooster head, so it's kind of early for cock picks. But anyway,
Oh, I thought we were at that point in our group. But okay. I apologize. I'll pull the reins back a little bit. But yeah, I mean, same as you, Mark. Like I was the flashlight guy. Like I bought the flashlight that from what was it? Streamlight.
Streamlight. Oh yeah, what a great light!
So powerful that it lit 2 football fields away.
Yeah.
And I look back on that now. And
Just
I'm
in case you need to light 2 football fields?
Right.
Yeah. It's like, why the fuck did I need that? I spent like $200 on that thing.
Right.
Like,
Is that the first thing you bought, Nick? Is that what you're?
one of them.
Is that your?
Was on there?
Yeah.
I had to have the seat organizer that had all the pouches and shit on it, and I got to tell you, when I stopped using it and realized that that's really dorky, I found one of those pouches that I forgot I put in there. There's just too many.
Right. Right.
Like 15 boxes of bottles of aspirin in there. Like 2 vials of cocaine and
For planting.
yes,
Not for use.
not for personal use.
Hey, I don't like cocaine, but I enjoy the smell. You know what I'm saying?
Mama didn't raise no quitter.
That's right.
I don't like it though.
Wasn't that what they said?
smells
What does
good.
cocaine do for you? It like intensifies your personality. I was
Oh.
told, yeah.
Is that?
What
you
the line
imagine
was? So what if you're an asshole?
Oh, you're an asshole before you take cocaine.
Right.
You're-
It's, but it intensifies your
So people are like,
personality.
"Oh, he's a dick when he's drunk." No, he's a dick all the time, man.
Yeah, it just makes it better.
Go ahead, Kelly. You're ready to launch something there. I can see the hamster on the wheel, man.
Well, I think that goes to one of my rookie mistakes
Which
that we'll
one?
talk about later.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Yeah, no. Kelly has the floor.
We were at
The Kelly has
the local bullpen for truck drivers,
Mm-hmm.
and they found a white powdery substance in the bathroom, whatever. So of course, bare gloved and everything, I take it and I put it in the. Do you remember Dan was there with me? And I put it in the little tester packet, and I start breaking it, like breaking the little glass
Right.
inside of it, and it went right through the it went
Presumptive
right,
test.
right through the plastic, right
Through
into
the
my
glove.
skin. And no, I wasn't even wearing gloves. Like I wanted to die, I guess. I don't know. And I was like, "Oh, I'm bleeding," and then the other officer
look,
looks at
I'm
me
bleeding.
and he goes, "Kelly, that's blue." And I'm like, "Okay," and that means
That
it's
means
like
it's
pure
cocaine, yeah.
I was like, I guess I gotta go back. I forgot about that.
That's a bad
One
one.
of the many bonehead.
I I'm
things
sure
that
you have
Kelly's
a
done.
whole ton of stuff. I was
To
like,
tell on
here,
you?
and I was like, I have no
Absolutely.
rookie mistakes.
So, Nick, in March, there's a Irish holiday. Does everybody know what that's called?
Irish
Yeah, it's usually around March 17th.
March 17th.
Yeah.
No, I'm not familiar.
Would you agree with that, Nick? It's called what?
St. Patrick's Day.
Oh,
Right.
yeah,
So where did we get Mark Hansen Day? So we're sitting at roll call. We're talking about going down to the Dublin pub
I
for.
had no sleep.
Kelly's like, "Oh yeah, tomorrow's Mark Hansen's day," and we're all like,
Mark Hansen.
"What?"
Didn't he make puppets for like the?
That's Jim
Jim
Henson.
Jim
Henson. Yeah,
Jim
Jim
Henson.
Henson. Yeah. So
Brother
Kelly's like, "Yeah,
celebratory.
we're going to the Dublin pub for Mark Hansen Day." So it's been Mark Hansen Day ever since.
Okay.
Oh, my.
Now, are you aware? Was there only one moon or two moons there?
What?
Remember Mr. Hat last episode? Afterwards, the moon.
Oh yeah.
He didn't know that we only
I
have
did not
one
know
moon.
that.
Oh,
Well, I know we have
Oh,
one
gosh.
fucking moon.
God.
I know we have one fucking
Relax
moon.
there,
No,
Tiger.
that's
I didn't
not
know
true.
a full moon in
That is not
The
what
new
you
moon.
said.
this area is
False.
full moon, new
False.
moon across the country,
The waxing
across the
moon.
world. How dare you?
Jesus.
All right, I'm a moron. That's why.
forgot about
That's
that.
why I
It had to been on
joined.
your sergeant's test.
That's why.
How many
That's
moons?
why I went into
How
the
many
career
moons does the
field.
Earth have?
I went into the career field that I did because, well, I'm a moron and I had no other redeeming qualities or abilities.
That's what they said.
Right. And I fucking rocked it too, dude. Right.
I was the
So,
best.
right.
host.
Yeah, porn
Let's
I was
star.
the best midnight sergeant you ever came across. At Circle K on a Sunday
Maybe
night.
his forehead.
Oh my god!
Well, we
Okay.
didn't do that at Circle K.
Yeah, that was there.
We waited until later. That's a different topic.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I just had to hit the reset button
What-
when
I
I
was
was there.
good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Good-
no,
good
no.
times.
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you,
Je-
Tommy.
Jeff and I would get in a lot of pursuits. Meet up at Circle K.
Super K.
So yeah, Super K.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we don't have them.
Embarrassing moments, Nick.
Yeah.
Ooh. Embarrassing moments.
Yeah, just one. We don't have to get into all of them, but is there one that you like have PTSD over that you like? You know,
I've had quite a few. I once, embarrassing moment, went to search the back of my cruiser at the end of a shift with no gloves on, and like an idiot reached back there, and a nice little prick in the finger. Pulled nice dirty
what
needle. in
was
there.
it? Your I'm sorry, wasn't yours, right?
No, I use a sharps container like a normal human being. It was the end of the shift, and I had to go to the hospital and get fucking tested, and then they started they gave me all these drugs to take just in case it was like HIV loaded thing, and I was like, then they go, hey, these are all the side effects. Oh, did you guys get my picture?
Oh my god, that's fucking great.
I'm in danger.
I thought you were awful quiet over there for a while.
Very good, David.
Hey, folks, I'm really good at Facebook.
Oh my god.
That's great. I love it. I like that. What's that say?
True porn.
Descends into an orgy. So what we're looking at here is called True Porn Fiction. It's got my porn stash face on this thing. We'll put that up on social
On
media.
this thing. That
Yes.
is a female.
Well, who knows what it is today? I
It's a
drink a lot of Bud Light.
That young
Hey,
oh boy.
bring some ice in, Jeff. So, all right, most embarrassing moment, Kelly.
What? His is over? He
Are you done, Nick? Was that
It's
it?
a prick?
Yeah.
He's
I
got
just-
a little prick in his hand.
That's embarrassing.
That's what he said. That was
Okay, well, we've
embarrassing.
already
Oh, I
talked
got
about mine,
one.
I think. And that's when I locked myself out of my cruiser at the jail.
That's just one that's giving you PTSD right now.
No, I don't.
Is there any others?
When I leave my gun at the jail, when I head back to the city. You know.
You ever leave it in a hotel on vacation?
What the hell,
No.
there, Mr. Hat? You know, yeah, I did in DC. We were on our way home, and this guy that went with us, Jesus, Mr. Hattie, you all right over there? He's throwing the microphone off the
Came
studio.
in like Godzilla.
Right. It's you're gonna start calling you
Wrecking ball.
yeah, Mr.
Wrecking
Wrecking
Ralph.
Baller, yeah.
Wrecking Ralph.
You might want to
So
check.
anyway, he's like, we gotta go. I'm like, we don't have to go. And I left my my weapon in Holiday Inn Capital in the wall safe. And we got like 3 hours up the road, and I went, fuck. I forgot to grab my fucking gun. And he's like, we better not be turning around. So luckily I had a colleague that was still there in the city. So I called the hotel and he went over and got it. But I was like, you know what? Never again. Never again. Did I take it you've done that, Nick, because you were laughing so hard?
Yeah, I left mine at a hotel at Disney, and I checked out, and I left it in the totally against policy. Left it in the nightstand, and it was like,
it was in the nightstand. Whoops,
yeah, on the safe. Really stupid. And I had driven an hour before I realized that it was gone. So it was like driving back to Virginia from Florida, and I fucking whipped that car around, and I was going like 110 the whole way. Because all I thought about was some maid like finding it and fucking shooting herself with it, or you know, or selling it to one of her family members, you know,
right?
And
Dude,
I didn't even call the hotel. I was like, if I call the hotel, they're going to call Orlando PD, then they're going to call my department. It was a different time back then. Like now, you'd get fired over that. Back then, probably.
Oh, Christ, now you get fired for liking a social media post. Like off duty and on the air.
Fire him now.
Yeah.
Dude, I was a brand new sergeant at the place I was at.
We didn't say it was your turn.
No, hold on. But with this thing, so I get a
It's your
fucking
turn, Mr.
brand new. I get a fucking phone call like, "Hey, dude, I lost my backup weapon. It's in the back of a semi. It's going eastbound." Not me. I got the call because
one of your troops,
one of our drug interdiction, like that's all they were doing. So they were searching this trailer, and he had to crawl across the top of the load and stuff looking for, this is going to be it. They didn't find anything, so they let him go. And then, 20 minutes later, troops like, oh shit, where's my ankle gun? They put it up on top of like the load, like he's crawling through this, and he goes, I don't know what to do. So I was like, okay, what kind of truck was it? It was a purple Peterbilt, blah, blah, blah. Going to Columbus purple Peterbilt. So that's going to be a little bit easy to see. And like Nick said, like, dude, I went 100 as fast as that fucking car could go straight towards Columbus, and right about West Jeff, just on the west side of Columbus, I found it. So I pulled him over, and he's like, oh, hey, I was already. I'm like, oh, just stay in your truck here. I got to check something. Open up the back doors, crawl it up in there, and found the fucking gun. Like, you can go now.
Did Thorny show up and say, stinks like sex in here?
Right. All right, meow. No, but yeah, that was just like, but yeah, that's shit you get fired from, man. That's crazy, dude. And it's like, no, let's just take care of them. Fucking. That's like, why were you in Columbus again? I was like 90 miles away from where. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Donnie.
Sir, yes, sir.
Most embarrassing moment on the fire department.
Oh, shit. This is going to be good.
Yeah, it's not really.
Losing a Halligan?
Yeah, we lost a Halligan bar once.
Did you really?
No.
I thought you meant being found naked in the bay again.
No, yeah, I was naked in the bed.
Is it not pronounced halogen?
Halogen?
Like a bulb?
It's a Halligan.
Yeah.
It's a Halligan.
I don't even know what
Like
the
a
fuck you
hooligan.
guys are talking about.
Anyways, we'll go with the cot. We left it at the hospital.
I
left it at the hospital. Yeah.
Is that bad?
The whole cot?
Like
Yeah,
the
the whole
entire
the
thing?
whole goddamn.
Oh, I thought you meant the leaves you were chewing.
No.
Those are expensive too, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, those are
Yeah,
expensive.
we, you're leaving the hospital and you're on your way back to the station. That was the discussion. I said, did you get the cot? No.
Oh,
I thought you got it.
Yeah. Oh shit!
Hopefully, we don't get toned out for another call, because if so, this patient's gonna have a bad day.
Yeah, they
If
they
so,
kind of like being on.
Kelly and Sarge are on their way to do
Exactly.
an ungodly amount of CPR.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Please show up.
Don't do that.
Yes, that was a bad day for
What
that
was
one.
it like in the entryway? Like nobody knew, but
Yeah.
you guys thought like everybody's gonna see us.
Well, see,
You
here's
go ahead.
here's the biggest untold story at the hospitals is they have like a hospitality area
Little EMS room
with all the little finger sandwiches and sodas,
some ice
and-
cream if you're lucky.
Right. So were you in there partaking or
Juice boxes.
juice box? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Old sandwiches that the cafeteria didn't. You know,
Oh
use.
no! This stuff's all fresh and nice.
Troopers
now.
didn't troop.
Yeah.
Well, I was
Listen,
just
we
thinking.
always
See,
did
us
that.
Did you guys
police-
have a soft serve ice cream machine like Miami Valley did?
No, I could have eaten.
No.
Did you, Nick? Did you guys have that down there?
No, our hospital was full of broken dreams and smelly people.
It's like Jeff's apartment.
Yeah. When I was there,
I can't argue. Yeah.
when I was
Dr.
at-
David.
when I
All
was
right,
at,
clear the floor for Dr. David. I'm going to hit mute all the way across. Any embarrassing moments? with
Most
the patient?
embarrassing moment. Okay, two come to mind. And they're only one was truly embarrassing and probably the most embarrassing moment in my life.
Ooh.
But the other one was it's just a good story. I ran a de-treatment program when I first came out to Miami County a long time ago. And we had these kids would come in about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, depending on the busing from 3 different counties. And we would have sometimes parents come in who work third trick, wanted to consult with me about something in the morning, see one of the teachers, whatever. And we had this one dad, he had an 8-year-old kid in the program who was a squirrel. And
the kid was a squirrel.
The kid was a
Okay,
squirrel.
all right.
Yeah. The dad was a bowling ball. He was a huge man, short, but massive shoulders, massive upper body.
Mm.
And what he did for a living was he cut concrete.
Oh, okay.
And so he would come in the morning looking like he'd been at work, but he was just getting ready to go to work. And I would get in the morning, say hi to the kids, get the day started, and then I would go down to the bathroom and take a shit. And this guy got my pattern. So he would come in the morning, make sure his kid got to the classroom okay. He didn't want to put him on the bus. And he would come in and sit on the bench in the bathroom while I took a shit and consult with me. Hey, my kid did this.
Get some free therapy there.
LBJ interview.
And it evolved into he would come in, he would go to take a shit, and then have his kid come down and get me, come down to the bathroom, have a consultation with him while he was bruising the air. I mean, it happened a lot, and it became known as Dave's Potty Talk.
wow.
We should have that for our Patreon listeners. Dave's Potty Talk.
Oh my God, that could be so many different.
And then I can't believe I'm actually going to tell this story.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you are now.
All right, now. There's this thing I did for a long, long time called clinical supervision, where you have a therapist who doesn't have quite my training or degree, experience, whatever. And so I would kind of like go over their cases with them. And I had this gig for a couple of years at the Miami County Board of Developmental Disabilities. And the lady I was working with at this particular story was the lady who worked with the younger kids, the early childhood families, very, very intense situations mostly. And man, I had a cold. Oh my God, did I have a cold. And it was just like barely everything I could do to stay with my head on and my breathing and concentrating and listening. And so we're trading ideas and trading information. And all of a sudden, man, I have to sneeze. And it's going to be, I can tell, it's like coming from down the street, around the corner. Right. It's going to pound me in the back of my head. And I sneezed, and it was embarrassing. And I cleaned myself up, and I, apologized profusely. And my supervisee looks at me, and she does,
you got a little,
hey, you might want to. And so I looked down, oh my God, there was like a tennis ball size of goo hanging off my facial hair. I was like, this is not possible. Where did that come from? I didn't need that hemisphere, I guess. I don't know.
It was like an oyster hanging out of your face. Oh, God. Well, David, I think you win.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't think anybody's topping that.
That's why he's in telehealth now.
Wow.
Go ahead, Kelly.
I think I remember a time where one of the roads was flooded out by the park, maybe past the park, and a car got stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was going to go save her by driving my cruiser to her.
Right. I do.
Did you get stuck?
I was on the other side, I think. If this is the one we're talking about.
You were.
Yeah. Is this the one during the day?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I was on the other side.
Oh, I rode a lot.
Why are you driving to her? Oh, crap.
Yeah,
Good
right.
question.
Well, good thing for you, it wasn't that. Well, from my side, it wasn't that bad. There was only about a foot of water, but it was
where
running.
She was.
Yeah. Where she was, yeah. She was in a Pontiac Grand Prix.
Is this out by the base of the football field?
Tip Elizabeth Road.
Yeah,
right.
Keep going.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we had Bethel Fire. Oh, yeah.
Do you remember when we had the officer who spike stripped the trooper?
I remember
that. Oh, yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, we're out there throwing tire deflection devices and yeah,
Was
we're
you?
No, it
Was
wasn't
that you?
me,
Okay.
but
It wasn't me either.
you were in charge that day, though, wasn't you?
I was.
Yeah.
No.
And it
It's
didn't
hard to
bother.
explain to your bosses. They did what?
Well, to everyone's defense,
Yes.
we weren't on the same channel.
Right.
Okay, he was too close to the violator.
Yes.
And then the violator got hit with him, and he was like right up the violator's rear end.
Like that. Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
didn't have enough time to pull them. But the problem was the officer was so enamored with the fact that they got the violator. They're standing there like, oh my God, they forgot. Oh
Right.
yeah, the last step is to pull him.
Yeah.
So so we ended up getting two that day though.
Dude, I still
We
own,
got you and Troy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
got
still
us
own
beat.
a pair of stop sticks that left Dayton, Ohio.
Do
Yet to
ya?
be found.
Oh,
Yet
You
to
still
be
have
found.
a
They're
pair.
somewhere between here and Florida. Or something. I set some stop sticks up. I was on my way home from a week-long detail, like on duty and stuff, but
off the air.
so I was heading home after a week, and there was a pursuit coming down. So I'm like, oh shit, dude! I'm in like 5'11" chinos, and just tacked out, but not in uniform.
You were
today.
tactical
Tommy. So I'm like, fuck yes, I'll set these spikes out. I'll be
Yeah.
a fucking hero, right, dude? And so we're 75 southbound south of 70, which is like 4 lanes right there. So I
And
set
a
them up.
clusterfuck, yeah.
Clusterfuck on like a Sunday afternoon, set them up against a wall, and I ran across to set them up, and here comes the violator. Although a tractor trailer decided to change lanes at the last minute and blew my string up.
Mm-hmm.
And the
And
string
hooked it.
ran across like the back of the bumper, the ICC bumper of this trailer.
And away they went.
And away they went. And then the violator and all these troopers and all this go by, and they're like, oh, fuck, dude. I drove
Whoops.
all the way from fucking Dayton to Cincinnati. Like, I got to find these, dude. They're going to fall. They're going to be somewhere. And then
You just start
80 cars are going to
tripping.
run over it. I drove all the way just north of Cincinnati. I was on my way home. I was going north. I ended up going south.
Right.
Like, oh, shit.
Look at you.
I just confessed my soul because I never told anybody that. So,
well,
I
statute of limitations.
so it could
and
be
stuff,
like
so.
in fucking Alabama somewhere. I'm like,
Right.
I don't know. These stop sticks just busted a bunch of tires. And,
Unless you're in Manhattan, and
Yeah.
statute of limitations doesn't mean anything. So,
yeah.
ooh, wait a minute.
So I feel better now confessing that.
There you go.
That's what we're here for.
Right. As long as Mr. Hat feels better.
That would be an embarrassing moment, but I didn't tell anybody that was embarrassing. I didn't tell anybody that was me. I didn't tell
We're-
anybody
We're
that.
happy that you did, because I mean, nobody's going to hear it. So
no,
Yeah,
nobody listens to this.
Nobody.
They're
listens.
asleep. I mean, we're like 30 minutes in. They're asleep by now.
Right. No, I was kind of famous for dropping the F-bombs over the air as my dispatch friends were.
Well, I was about to say, do you remember the time that I pulled a car over but chimed up on the radio and called myself off duty when I actually had a car pulled over? I was like, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, our signal for a traffic stop was 37. So she marked up and said she was 38.
And then
they're like,
everybody's
clear.
like, what?
And then cleared her.
Cleared me all the way out of the system, and I just pulled a car over on the interstate.
Well, that's a whole thing for rookies is that talk on like codes and shit like that. That was terrible.
Everybody's like, where did you go? And I was like, I'm actually
out of my mind.
Another officer.
I'll be out with Tangerine, Tom
Jr. Calling the phonetic alphabet incorrectly. That was
that's a big rookie.
Listening Tango Foxtrot.
Get off the radio.
Elephant, banana, 4. No phonetical skills whatsoever. Did you guys ever do
Tangerine, Nana?
It's 4 for F and a number.
Right.
Did you guys do contests like my team like one night did Disney theme? So everything that you called out on a traffic stop had to be Disney.
Oh shit, dude!
You know, like
I mean, phonetically they called out the phonetic alphabet.
Aladdin, Mickey Mouse.
We weren't that inventive. Oh, we certainly would have done it though.
Oh my
God. Our idiot boss at the time would have lost his fucking mind.
My department, you would have got fired.
Oh yeah, we would have been.
Seinfeld night one night. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. That was only when I
did Seinfeld. That'd be funny.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Who's the ass man?
You. The state of New York says you're the
ass man.
I am the ass man.
Hey, ass man. Oh shit, dude. No.
Kelly was always good for fun though. Remember that night we went out and you were making fun of me for dancing?
Yeah. When we went.
Do you have that on video by chance? I'd like to see.
Well, we have photos of it.
And he did this little thing. It looked like this.
It's almost like Elaine on Seinfeld.
Yeah, it was.
God, the greatest
dance. Can you see the dance there?
Yeah, and then I had to come back and tell the whole crew, like, hey guys, you guys missed out on this.
Save that for review time.
Yeah, we might need
right.
We'll put that on our sweeps episode for everybody want to listen to that.
I think another rookie mistake is staying when you don't feel well, staying at work when you're when you have
yes, we have that recorded. Yeah, Kelly one night was not feeling well. Of course, since she was poor and never went to the doctor, I'm like, go home. Matter of fact, no, I'm not asking you to go home. I'm telling you to go home.
No, I was like,
fucking
I'm fine.
Leave. I'm fine. So her and another officer got dispatched. It was domestic, wasn't it?
No, it was a party.
Oh yeah, it was a party call. There we go. So anyway, it was 2-officer call. So on the way up to it, Kelly pulls over and
oh no.
And the other officer passes me and he's like, and they're like, are you okay? And I'm like, on the radio, like.
She goes over the radio and says, no, I just threw up all over myself.
Yes, I did. I had puke on myself.
That's what you get for busting up a party. People are trying to have fun, man.
And then I had to come back to the department and a trooper was using our Sally port. And the guy gets out and he's like, you had too much to drink. Then I'd already stripped my uniform off. I was like, yes.
Hey, can you follow?
Jesus Christ, Jeff.
Can you
that's
follow
twice.
this pin? Is what the trooper like. Yeah.
Jeff's in here punching out the
Hey, Jeff,
microphone.
can you follow this pin right now?
I know, right? I get booms in the
Like
studio.
the third
There's a lot
time.
going on right here.
Godzilla. I'm sorry we switched seats.
It's Donnie reaching under the table. It's like,
It's just like driving a Bobcat, isn't it, Donnie?
It is a very small one.
Wow.
oh boy.
All right, Nick,
Next
take us
one.
somewhere.
So I want to know, like, from the FD side, do you ever, like, I mean, we obviously go to some of the dirtiest locations. Do you ever have, like, infestation at the house? Like, I don't know, like bed bugs, crabs?
Bed bugs, yeah. Yep.
Crabs?
Bugs. That's probably just my house.
You talking about Donnie, or you? Donnie had crabs.
You just put toothpicks in the urinal, watch the little bastards pole vault.
Did you guys have bed bugs?
We did have bed bugs. Yeah, we
How
had
the
problems
hell
with
did
that
you
all
get
the time.
bed bugs?
You walked into the house. The people that had them there, and it was all over our first in brag. And then
what?
The first in bag.
Oh,
Jesus Christ, Mark!
I thought you said my first inbred. I'm like, what? That's what I heard. I don't know if you guys heard that or not.
I'm just like,
we call our first inbred Mark the Cop.
You always remember your first.
I know I do.
Wow.
My cousin nephew is walking around today. 3 eyes.
But no, Chief at the time, down the street here,
yeah,
he ended up putting it on top of the first responder vehicle and drove it back on top of the vehicle. And
bed
then,
bug?
with the bed bugs on the bag.
Oh,
and
wow.
it just was shit everywhere. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
And then, we back at the station, you're trying to make sure it does not get inside.
And it did?
alcohol that we sprayed it with.
90% isopropyl alcohol kills everything.
Yeah, we sprayed the shit out of everything there.
Yeah,
I don't think we've never really had the infestation in the station, no.
Didn't you? I thought you guys did.
No, not that I know of.
You know what kills bed bugs is hooker saliva.
Hooker saliva kills bed bugs.
I've heard that somewhere. I've heard it.
Kills
It's on the
every-
internet.
Right.
It kills dreams. It kills
dreams. Kills hope. Kills retirements.
Careers. Okay, so grossest call. Grossest call.
Oh,
Kelly.
It was a deceased fella on one of the South Side streets, South Side numbered streets. I don't remember which one, but he had been in there for a little bit, and we couldn't get in. So of course, I'm crawling through an old Victorian style house window, and I get in there and I see a fella sitting in a chair, and his face was moving. So I was like, oh, okay. And as I walk up and get closer, it was actually maggots that had. And right about that time when I said, that he was no longer amongst the living.
Oh, wow.
Dispatch was like, are you doing CPR?
No, but the flies did.
Hard no on that.
No, his cat was actually eating part of his leg.
Oh, my God.
And I was at OIC that day.
Cats are dicks.
I think I called you on that one.
Yeah, you probably did. My pre-Alzheimer's. Oh, I can't say that. I get sent out and tested. But anyway, yeah. No, I true story. That was my joke, Nick, that I had pre-Alzheimer's disease. So when I was on the shelf, before I could go back to work, I had to go do a cognitive test for Alzheimer's. That's a true story.
Test?
Yeah,
exactly. I was going to say, too bad we don't do that for our
I
president.
passed the test and got nominated for president. So.
I think he is the sharpest president we've ever had.
Oh, absolutely.
Sharp as a marble.
Sharp. Very
sharp as a bowling ball.
Is that before you smell
Yeah.
cocaine? Or
Sometimes
Mr. Hat.
roll the rock down and fluff the bunnies and see the thing.
You're a
man.
fluffer?
You know what I mean, man.
Go ahead, Mr.
Man.
Hat.
What are we talking about?
Grossest call. Did you have anything
Jesus
gross
Christ.
on the interstate?
Oh yeah, dude. Come on. I don't know. There's the fat guy that dies in the rest area on a hot summer night in his bunk, and then his truck runs out of gas. So he's just in there baking, but that's a dime a dozen.
I just remembered my rookie mistake.
That's a dime a dozen.
Go ahead.
I passed a car with a dead guy in it for like 4 shifts straight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had a van parked there on
Oh,
the
there,
ramp.
southbound.
Yeah,
right there.
yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was great. I was
Yeah,
up
Kelly
there.
drove by that like 3 or 4 times.
I
That
was
night.
up there. That was
Never thought to stop.
That dude was 480 pounds.
Yeah, was that the guy we're talking about?
Well, that's one of them.
But you were on
yeah.
day shift.
Yeah,
you were day shift in there.
That
I was
a
out
mistake.
there though.
I
We went-
stopped every car all the time.
Right, except that one.
Except for that one.
Yeah.
But my favorite fucked up one is a motorcyclist on a crotch rocket
Mm-hmm.
going fucking insane amount of speed, and he got decapitated, and we're all looking around
Uh-oh.
for his head.
It's
Like
in
his
the
head's
helmet.
got to be it's in the fucking helmet.
I've had that,
nobody
Nobody looked.
So I went over and I'm like, well, here's a helmet here. Like, oh, let's you know, and he's got his eyes are open, like wide open, like, oh, I'm about to die.
Yep.
Yeah, and nobody thought to look in the fucking helmet.
Was the helmet okay?
Was the helmet okay?
It was kind of fucked up. It had some road rash on it, but it was still intact.
So you could
pretty
put it on
good.
Facebook Market.
Resell.
Yeah, he would have survived had his head stayed on his body, maybe.
I mean, probably, right?
Yeah.
Typically.
And then the dispatcher was like, "Are you doing CPR?"
Yes. Give me
Yeah,
5 minutes.
I've got the mouth-to-mouth part.
Right. I got this. Everybody, I got this.
My troop down the road here, he's doing CPR. He's doing chest compressions.
Just compressions on the body.
I got the breath.
Don't worry, we've got it.
Better call the fire department.
Yeah.
Let's glue this shit back together. Chop, chop, boys.
Yeah. So that was kind of my
There's still a
wildest
chance.
one.
Pfizer's
There's still a
open.
chance.
All right, FD.
Oh God, where are we going?
Gross's call.
Grossest.
You were there. Probably Franklin.
Oh, you mean
The cigar day.
yes.
We were smoking cigars. And
Yes.
Mr.
Yes.
Guy.
Yeah,
gentleman,
we were. Yeah,
he
we
was
had
deceased for a while.
He was a Vietnam vet, been laying on the heating pad. Nick, it was
At
July.
90-degree weather,
Yes.
100-degree weather. Yeah.
And when we rolled up, he had the windows open, but there were screens on them. The screens were black.
Yeah.
With
Oh,
July.
black.
Oh,
They wanted in there badly. Yeah, he was a skin slipper. So I walked down. I went, oh God, I'll be right back. I put an officer on the door. I said, no one comes in or out till I come back. So I went to Speedway, bought 2 packs of Black and Mild cigars. Went to the station, grabbed a couple of boxes of gloves. And then we went back and I said, okay, again, crime scene log. We called the coroner, called squad. Donnie was running medic that day.
No, I shut up my motorcycle.
Yes, you did. Went in a banana hammock.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Holy
Johnny wanted to style. But yeah, this guy had been cooking on a heating pad for at least 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was a skin slipper. So
He was pretty
I'm like,
ripe.
we're not carrying him out of here. It was bad when the mortician's like, hey, Mark, got another cigar? When the mortician's gagging, then you know.
Yeah.
Some Vapo Rub.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
we don't want vapor rub.
I said, Mark the cop here. I said, hey, is we allowed to smoke in here? And he's like, who the fuck's going to tell us we can't? Like, well, you got a valid point. The dead dude's not going to say anything. And there was no family, so.
All right.
Oh my
That was, no. We pulled 2 dead bodies out of the same house, Nick.
Ooh.
The same
The
day?
second one,
Yeah,
the second one was 5 years later.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Same family or
Did
somebody
you
else
have any
moved?
dead body experiences, David?
No.
So we
no
can
dead
skip you
bodies.
on this one.
Uh,
What
No,
about gross
he's
calls?
had gross calls.
Not the same family, Nick.
No, not the same family. But go ahead. I don't want to hijack.
What comes to mind is the grossest home visit I ever did.
Ooh.
Oh wow! Please go.
Back in the day when we did in the same day treatment program, the deal was that the families would agree to have their kid in the program, and they would have to agree to have in-home family counseling. So I got to see each of these residences, which were always interesting. But the one that was the most, oh my God, gagged me, was a family in Piqua. And they had 3 boys, and mom and dad, both full-time employees, hardworking people, but limited. And the kid in the program was a really neat kid. And he would tell me every morning, because he would come in very dirty.
Ooh.
And we would say, dude, we got some showers here. No, I can't. I can't do that. Well, you got a bathtub. No, I'm not allowed to use the bathtub. You're not allowed to use the bathtub. So he told us a story about why he wasn't allowed to use the bathtub, which none of us believed. So the next home visit, I decided to go a little bit before mom and dad would get home. So the kid would let me in, and he did, and he took me to the bathroom, and he showed me the bathtub. And I now knew he was telling the truth. Dad decided at some point in the far distant past that the bathtub was the best kitty litter.
Oh gosh.
Possible. It
Come
was
on.
never cleaned.
Ugh.
Ever. So the stench when the kid opened up the bathroom door was staggering.
Ugh.
And
so the bathtub was the cat box.
The bathtub was the cat box.
Oh my God.
And so they had shit and pissed in the bathtub for years.
Dave wins.
Dave wins again. Good Lord.
I thought I was the only one that
I'm a therapist.
Wow.
Jeez.
I mean, I had a hoarder
Right.
that died. I mean, the trash in the house was literally 4 foot deep.
Yeah.
And they died. And I mean, this house was the house of horrors. I mean, flies everywhere, dead animals, dead cats, dead bird.
In a house or
was,
apartment?
And it was an apartment building.
Oh,
and she was saving her shit. So the bathroom was literally mounded full of, plastic bags full of poo.
I do that.
You were there. You were there,
yes,
weren't
sir.
you? Yeah.
Yep.
That's
She's
when we
saving
tried to,
it for a reason?
Yeah,
or
we
just
were trying to
because-
find Tyvek suits. Donnie, yeah, because Donnie was there. Donnie says,
Oh, man.
you guys need to be in Tyvek with masks on. Get the fuck out of here, you bunch of blue canaries. And I'm like, what's a blue canary? Donnie's like, I'll tell you later.
FD's here.
So they show up. Fire's all in Tyvek. I see they have a couple extra suits. Donnie hooked us up, and one of my officers is a really big guy. He tried to put it on, but he ripped right out of it. But we finally got her out of there. But the son comes over. He says, "Well, we've been trying to clean this up a little bit." And I looked at him. I said, "We both know that's not true."
Right.
But wow, that was
Dang.
disgusting. So back to Donnie's Franklin Street house. About 5 years later, we get a call of another dead body in there. This is an extremely large woman, and this really bothered me afterwards. But the house had been somewhat remodeled, right? And the bathroom wasn't the shitter was like elevated
A little bit.
Oh,
yeah,
nice,
well, it was
nice.
up like 4 inches.
Yeah.
And then the tub, and then the sink was
Well, those
right
are the
across
best.
from it.
Yeah.
Those are
And
the
when
best.
she expired, she was fully naked, and she rolled forward,
Yes. Yes.
kind of in a mount position.
Mm.
I walked in the bathroom and went, "Whoa!" And there stands Donnie, and he looks at me and he says,
How you doing?
"No, worse. Mount up."
Face down. Ass
I'm
up.
like,
That's-
"Do you got this?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "Oh yeah, we got this." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay."
We're turning this over to the fire department. Let's get this right. We're clear.
But Donnie didn't realize that gave me PTSD.
Mm.
Part of my PTSD journey was part of that. But
Oof.
it took you guys a while to wedge her out of
Oh,
there,
my
didn't
gosh.
Mm.
Once the door got shut, we got it taken care of.
you?
I'll go that route.
we don't talk about what happens behind closed doors, Nick.
But yeah, she got out.
She's good.
She's good now.
I was like, wow.
Do you
Yeah, the
remember the
thing
one
with
Sarge
family is-
behind the garage? That garage up on he's in the trailer behind
Yes.
the automotive garage
Yes. I do
back.
remember that one.
of
Mm.
by Circle K.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
They had to cut the door off.
Yes. Yeah. This guy was living in a camper
Ooh.
up there, and a very large person, and he had expired inside the camper and been in there
Mm.
cooking for a while.
Oof.
So
They had to cut a hole in the side of the camper. To
yeah, they cut the wall of the camper out to get him out.
Yeah, we've cut holes inside of bunks on tractor trailers. And
Been
shit
there,
all
done
the
that.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Or when that
Yeah.
dude's refrigerator fell down on his head, killed him.
Did you
Right.
do your grossest call, Nick?
No, but these are
You're
really
up.
good. I've had so many. I'm going to pick the one that's both the grossest and one of the funniest.
Funniest.
And it's
right.
only
There we go.
funny to us because we're so fucked up. Right.
No, I kind of feel bad for laughing so hysterically.
No, I do.
Anyway, go ahead.
I had been a sergeant maybe 3-4 months, and a bunch of calls were coming in where I worked. Alexandria City was a very densely populated area, so a lot of skyscrapers, apartment buildings, and the calls were coming in that somebody had jumped off the 15th floor.
Ooh.
first time, like that was my first time dealing with that as a sergeant. So like I'm on my way, I'm lights and siren going there, and sure as shit, this lady, she jumped off the balcony and she landed feet first, and then so like everything blew out, like from the bottom up, just blew out, and then she hit her head and that busted open. So that's really what killed her. This was funny, but this isn't the funniest part. Get there.
Yeah, that's funny in and of itself, right there.
And this guy, who I still talk to him. He's one of the only few I talk to at my old agency. He's doing CPR, and as he's doing CPR, the brain is going in and out of the back, and I'm like, I'm being like, from Hill Street Blues. I come up from behind and I'm patting him on the back, and I'm like, bro, you've done enough. And he's like, no, dude, I know she's dead, but everybody's on the fucking balcony, like looking at me, like. And I was like, okay. So they pack her up, they take her to the hospital, and so CSI meets us down at the hospital. We covered her up, obviously, with a blanket because it was a pretty gory scene. And so the guy from CSI, he's taking pictures of the blanket on top of her, I guess, just to like figure out how to fucking work the camera. And then he rolls the first part, like unrolls it down to her waist. He starts taking facial pictures and all these other different pictures. And, it's me and two other officers. And I'm like, come on, man, fucking wrap this up. Like, we got to go, And so he starts rolling down the blanket little by little until it's down to the feet. And he's taking pictures of sections, and he goes to, like when you go to just pull the cover off. And as he pulls the cover off, that's when one of the feet disconnect. In the sneaker, and it rolls down the hallway in the ER. And so there's the foot, and it's like that's rolling. It's like the stump shoe. Oh God! It's like an ink blotter, And so he like takes his pictures and he puts the fucking covers back. And I look at him, and his name was Ken. And I'm like, Ken, they're gonna want to account for that foot. Like, he's like,
you gotta get that.
He's like, well, I'm not grabbing it. I go, well, you're the one that broke it off. So, So he went over there and grabbed it by the shoelaces. This motherfucker didn't even like put it underneath the fucking covers. He made it
threw it on
his stomach, like this, like the sole on the fucking stomach. And he was like, "I got everything I need." And I was like,
God.
Just a fucking crazy, nasty story. And the weird part was because after when something like that happens, and the folks that aren't in law enforcement and fire don't realize, when you jump off from a building like that, there's no way to trace. Like, it's so hard to figure out 15 floors up, over 400 apartments, where they came from. Like, nobody's looking over the balcony going, "Oh, that's my family member."
Right. That's Ma.
So it was a fucking, like, we had to figure it out. But when we figured it out, she did it, and her boyfriend was playing video games when she did it. He was in another room with headphones on playing video games. When we knocked on the door,
you never pay attention to me.
What? You want to talk about the worst fucking boyfriend award?
Yeah.
Around, and she says to him, she goes, "Listen, I'm having suicidal thoughts." And he's like, "Go to the gym, and that'll make you feel better." And she goes to the gym, but it didn't do anything. So she was,
I'm playing GTA here, man. Just go.
She was a physicist or something to do with like calculating shit. When we got in the apartment, before she jumped, she sat on the couch and she had on the coffee table a diagram with calculations on how far she needed to jump off the balcony to cover the covered part of the lobby. She had the calculations down to a science of how many feet she had to jump out. And I remember looking at that going, fuck, that's commitment that I wish I had.
That's kind of cool though, right? Like that's very smart.
Yeah,
that's pretty smart.
Like
overachiever.
Yeah, I remember looking at her and being like, Miss Swanson would be so proud of me if I could do math like that. Like, she's so accurate. I'm so proud.
Dude, that just reminded me of that just reminded me of a funny story I'm going to tell of a terrible fatal, and God rest his soul. But we had a guy blow his head off with a shotgun in the rest area. Like, blew his fucking head off, dude.
Wow.
So before I got
funny?
there, they decided, well, the coroner's like, hey, can you just bring the car to my office? He's still in his car and whatever. And this is before I got there. So they loaded him up on a rollback wrecker.
What?
No sheets, no nothing, fucking no head.
Evidence going
Everything
everywhere.
above his shoulders is gone. And they put it up on a wrecker and drove down the road and went to the coroner, like, meet me at my office. We're in these smaller counties.
Right.
You don't have
It's a
any.
doctor.
So they we were at
we
were at the coroner's office waiting, and this wrecker rolls in, and there's this headless dude behind the wheel, like still sitting behind the wheel with no sheet over it, no fucking nothing.
Wow.
Like, Mommy, what is that? What? I mean, and it's just shit all over the windows, the windshield, and stuff like that. And they're just like, man, no, that's
shotgun.
What the fuck?
Dude,
He
shotgun
rolls
ones-
into the office there, and we're like, oh. Nobody fucking decided to put something over it.
Were you a sergeant then?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you rip somebody's ass? Like,
oh yeah.
Why didn't you motherfuckers put a sheet over this
Yes.
guy? What the hell are you?
Right.
Number two, why are you taking it to the doctor's office?
But it's kind of fucking funny because you see this headless
Had an
guy
appointment.
behind
Right.
the wheel
Yeah,
of the
you had an
car.
appointment.
Hey, kind of fun. It's kind of fucking funny. Yeah, because we're all
our
sick fucks,
sixth sense
but-
of humor way. Yeah.
Right.
But then you're like, oh my god, how many people were traumatized going down the highway? with
Yeah.
this guy on a rollback.
No.
If you're listening to
I'm
this
gonna start
program
looking
and you're
now.
traumatized, send us a message.
I learned. I learned fairly recently that these stories are not good in a corporate setting.
Mm-hmm.
Recently.
It's recently.
Oh my god.
They said stop telling them.
So, so you shocked your coworkers, I'm taking.
Yeah, well, like they're telling stories. Like I'm in corporate America now, so they tell stories, and I'm like, let me tell you about this one time where I had to take a hooker to the ER.
Their stories are about like soccer
Yeah.
games.
I didn't
and
refill the
concession
Keurig
stand
in the
drama.
break room.
Oh yeah, they're like
is,
this one time. This is a wild story. This one time, I totally put color toner in the black and white. Somebody came out black and color.
Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anybody. They had to call a technician out. You're like, oh, cool.
Oh, I took a hooker to the.
Yeah, there's this time I had this hooker with a really bad discharge, and I took her to the ER. She had that shit all over the back of my car.
After I was a customer. She said love blisters were extra.
Yeah, I got to put the filter on that comment. So
I've had that call one time. Hey, this guy's name
With
came
the
up
hooker?
on a hooker's cell phone, and it was a name like it's pretty unique.
Donnie?
Was it
Donnie?
Chief?
FD Donnie? Like, hey, do you know an FD Donnie? And I was like, yeah.
Who's
Well, we
that
just
thing?
arrested this hooker, and like I don't know, attempted to kill somebody, but we saw FD Donnie's name on her phone.
Ooh.
And it was not
And-
FD
and-
Donnie.
and what's your
but-
point?
Yeah. Get that call as a early new sergeant. You're like, the fuck?
My
let's act like we didn't
prostitute-
get this
well, not
phone
mine.
call.
That was good.
Asia,
That was good.
Asia, center
Yeah, but
stage.
she was so her John was a Chamber of Commerce member,
Oh, yeah.
and his wife was at her bachelorette party.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
When
do
I
tell,
got
do
them
tell.
with
So,
This is
yeah,
interesting.
well, I'm
Well,
sitting.
no, it was really weird because I saw them together often, and I wanted to tell
Then you know.
her
Right.
so bad, but it was really weird. Like that report just disappeared.
Right.
Yeah, I've had a couple.
It
I've
sure
had
did.
a couple right outside of DC because that's where Alexandria is. We arrested a 4-star general that worked out of the White House for DUI, and during his
General
traffic
Mathis?
stop, yeah,
If
He
I say his name, will you say yes or no?
Blink twice. Nick.
Blink twice.
I am. Listen, with everything that's going
Okay,
on,
okay,
I
okay.
don't want to be indicted.
We'll talk later. We'll talk
You know what
later.
I'm saying? Like, I'll be in Manhattan tomorrow. And so we arrested this general, and he flip-flopped seats with his wife in the passenger seat. We still arrested him. This dude made one phone call right after the magistrate issued the warrant. This guy made one phone call, and there was a black van blacked out with 4 like captains from the Marines that pulled up, and they took this guy. They had some paperwork. They took this guy, and he was fucking gone. And
never to be heard from again.
No court date. The paperwork, poof, gone.
Yeah.
So folks don't realize, like, right out. I mean, we were locking up senators and congressmen for.
I was going to say, how many times are you like, do you know who I am?
Dude,
do you know who I am?
FBI agents, Secret Service agents, fucking chief medical doctors at very prestigious hospitals in DC. And I mean, it was rough. As a sergeant, you get a phone call and you're like, hey,
I got this guy.
So is pulled over and we suspect him of DUI. And you're like,
oh shit,
that's great. Call him a fucking Uber.
Right, let him go.
Let him go, because it's going to be a fucking. And then we've had a couple officers that are like, fuck that, I'm taking him.
Right.
We took a U.S. senator from New York, from Staten Island. He was a U.S. senator, and popped him for DUI. That dude went to trial and wiped that officer. His attorney wiped those officers like a doo-doo rag. Like, that case got tossed, and it was pretty cut and dry. I mean, the guy was drunk.
Right.
They hire these attorneys, man, and they make you look like a fucking.
Get him on like a little, Well,
like,
you didn't hold it for 3 seconds.
Well, but that's why you got to be squared away. We were joking today. I taught over at the State Academy. We were talking about, do you test or you don't test? And, I'm an instructor, and hell no, you don't. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to ask you to explain it to me.
Yeah.
I want you to explain to me your SFSTs.
Right.
And then I'm going to tell you, fuck no, I'm not taking your test. Okay, so what's the next one? But I want to be sure you know what you're talking about, because I'm now collecting evidence on you.
Right.
Number 2, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. So what are you doing here trying to enforce OVI? Or here in Ohio, it's OVI. It's DOI everywhere else. But yeah, they do. They are pretty. You just have to have the right attorney.
Absolutely. Oh, and that's with everything. I mean, especially what's in the news now. Like, as long as you have good attorneys, it's not going to go anywhere. Like,
right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, actually, let me take that back, because I'm a little concerned with some of the judges that have been able to infiltrate the benches. And,
oh my goodness! Yes,
the pendulum swings both ways, which is now you have judges that let everything off, and then the moment that like a sworn officer or some first responder comes to the bench, they fucking drop that hammer. Yeah. They are
right. The pendulum swings both ways, as does Donnie's door.
Right.
Actually, let me tell you something. Mark and I were talking about this on the phone. Has anybody ever noticed, like, look at your pinky real quick, even the audience. Look at your pinky real quick. That first line right below your nail? How often do you bend that part? Like, how often do you bend it? Like, you bend it at the second line, right? Take a look at your pinky, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
FD Donnie, you're the medical guy. So, so the second line there is literally where you bend. So that first line is actually part of a measure.
What?
It's not the female perspective over here, isn't getting
as high as you insert. So
if there's a spongy substance that you're starting to feel, it's kind of like a plum.
You're welcome, gentlemen.
Or a walnut.
Chocolate starfish.
That's how you sell it, ladies and gentlemen.
Come hither motion.
And we're all, I'm sitting here with my pinky.
Yeah.
Jeff's like, I don't understand what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, now I do. Yeah.
Just stop at that first line, please. Better known as the lieutenant's interview.
The what interview?
The lieutenant's interview. So you want to be a commander, do you? So we have
to hear from Dr. Dave.
Dr. Dave, go ahead.
How do you evaluate
all of our vanity all at once?
Yeah.
Explain your analogy.
I don't bother. This all sounds very healthy to me.
You know, the doctor says it, we're good.
Right. And this is what
Good thing I don't go to the doctor, apparently.
Right.
this is what first responders do when they sit and they just you got a few minutes just to talk and just
Right.
tell fucking stories
So
and just
yeah,
hey, what about remember this and just talking shit.
that's
And
what
it's,
off duty.
it's no disrespect to the dead. It's no disrespect to
not-
the
not-
families or anything. But this
Not
is
at
just how you survive in this kind of first responder kind of job. It's
right. So that's kind of the premise of off duty and on the air is
Yeah.
you know, this is post shift.
Yeah.
This is after we're off duty,
Right.
and we are off duty, and this is just kind of the I don't know, the flow of the show. You know, does that sound good, Nick?
No, that's
you know,
camaraderie and
we've never had Nick here in the studio, but we're looking forward to having him here very
Dick,
soon.
Yeah, he won't come.
Yeah, he will absolutely. We just dispersed the tickets tonight for an event that's going to be going on.
Right. Right.
But you know, it and that's kind of where we're targeting this show for. Is
Yeah.
this is something you guys turn on, you midnight guys. God bless every one of you,
Right.
because Mr. Hat and I were
We've all been
midnights.
there.
We're
Yeah.
midnights for a long time, man, and you just have a little escape and enjoy one another's company,
Right.
Yeah.
And I'll-
and enjoy the good times.
Yeah, and I'll add this, Mark, too, which is that the other purpose of the show also is that when you leave law enforcement is you don't tell these stories very much because you've now started a new life. You're outside of law enforcement, so it's very rare to get together with other first responders and start talking about this stuff. And you talk about like the one that I told about the lady jumping. That's all normal for us.
Right.
But if you don't talk about it like on a regular basis, not on a regular basis, but if you don't talk to like-minded people, you start to go, that's some really crazy stuff you see.
This is like free therapy for everybody.
It really is.
So, I mean, just put it out there. Like I've said stuff in here that I've never said in
Oh my gosh.
30 years. I'm just like, and you can have this group with any of your people. You can have your own department and have a couple guys you talk to and a couple guys you can just sound off on and be like, hey, this is how we're doing. That's how I mean, we've had
mental health people do the same
right
thing. We get off work, we used to have lunch with some people and we would just sit and trade stories,
right?
And they're
and you might not even know that that's therapeutic, like
until you
if
do
you got
sharing.
a couple guys, a couple or whoever's in your circle, and just share some stuff
100%.
and laugh and
right
and tell shitty stories about remember this, remember that. Yeah,
self-expression's a big deal.
Yeah,
just being able to tell a story. Sometimes people, like a lot of my coaching clients, have just been like you all, like me, and all of us have been in therapy. There's kind of this compressed energy. You walk in the room and it's like, bleh.
Right.
Yeah,
it's just vomiting out of the mouth, just like I don't want to talk, but
and you start the
an hour
stories
later,
and
you're like, holy
boom,
shit!
boom,
Right,
boom,
right.
boom, 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 and everybody feels better when they go home because it's not rolling around inside you anymore.
Right.
It's been expressed.
Yeah.
That's really good medicine.
And you can do it and fun and tell burger jokes and fart jokes and stuff like that. You can,
And pinky jokes.
and pinky jokes. Right.
I still
You
don't
can
know
have
what that
therapy and
Kelly, now Nick, Kelly doesn't know what the first knuckle of the pinky means.
I still don't know. Oh my god!
Now do you know what it is?
This is good. That
Because I
it is
wasn't
not,
try that with your husband.
this
And
is
see
good.
what
That
kind of
this
reaction
is
you get.
not a visual podcast.
I didn't look at the laptop.
It's almost like Nick was waiting for somebody to like, hold on. Somebody just asked a question.
See how big his eyes get when you do that.
I just want to stay for the record. Kelly's husband, you're welcome.
He listens, you guys.
You're welcome, buddy.
Yeah.
he'll be signing off on or keying up on the Facebook page. Thanks, guys.
Great show. Love it.
Sometimes, you know what? Sometimes we're afraid to make that jump into pegging. I got
I'm glad you said it, Nick. Yeah.
you. Got you.
Donnie's like
Nick
in there.
said everything we were thinking.
This is still healthy, right, Dr. David?
That's That's right.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. A finger in the ass is always good for you. Thank you, Dr. David.
Broomsticks, that's where you draw the line.
I don't want
Can I
to
get a prescription of that, like written on paper? Like, hey, my doctor's prescribed
Jeff needs a
this.
daily pegging.
Yeah, I don't.
Only if it's prescribed by my doctor.
There you go, Dr.
Yes,
David.
and the deliverers even like Donnie.
I don't want to self promote, but please check out nixpegging.com. Thank you. And if
Suddenly
that
there's a virus on my phone.
if the server is full, the alternative is firstknuckle.com. And if that one's busy,
Oh my God!
I pay a lot in hosting.
See, I'm getting
If
that.
the second one is busy, the other website is ouch, we've gone too far.
Ouch, ouch.
It's followed up by what? Fistful of Nick?
That's
.org.
.org, yeah.
That site is under construction right now.
Okay.
Let's be realistic.
We need to make a sticker of that. Fistful of Nick.
Please
Some
go,
merch right there. I'd have a T-shirt with that on it.
please go to my GoFundMe. Perforated colon.
We need a medic for the
Oh
children.
my God! It's about to embrace the oxygen.
So I think that that about wraps up this episode.
Yes.
I don't think we could top that.
This is
I'm
a
sure
good
we'll
stopping
be-
point.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny.
we'll go around the room and just we'll circle around and as a goodbye message to everybody, and I'll finish. So I want to hand it off.
All right,
to Mark.
you'll finish. Yes. All right. Reverse batting order. Kelly, go.
If oh my God. Every time.
Oh, Kelly's going.
Oh yeah.
Oh. If you don't have a group to share personal stories, next.
No, go ahead.
Nah, go ahead.
Look, 2 hands.
Let me see your hands.
Where's
No,
the third
if you-
one?
if you don't have Guys, they can't see what we're dying over.
That's
Oh.
probably for the best.
For everyone. If you guys don't have a group of folks to share your stories with, send us a message.
Right.
Yeah, reach out.
Yeah.
Do a group chat
Yes.
of your grossest story.
Sure. Hit us up on social media.
Right on.
Go to roll call room / Facebook / a roll call room and leave it there.
Xfisting.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else?
A little call to action. What
Right.
was your grossest story?
Right.
Pictures
There you
get you
go.
extra points.
Sure.
Right.
We're going to upload the pictures of you over there.
Mr. Hat.
Same thing, Kelly. Hey,
Get your own story.
we're lucky to have this group right here, but we were, I don't know, 6 fuck ups 5-6 months ago. And here
Yeah.
we all came together. And I mean,
It's
just
not
get
a fire
just-
department event.
right. Just get your group. I mean, reach out to people, let them reach out to you, open up, keep listening. We appreciate everybody listening. Hopefully we get some good feedback that we can keep this going, because we're just but 6 idiots talking on a microphone. And well, we all 6 of us want to make sure that we share our stories to help others, because I mean, we're all fucked up.
Yeah.
Right? We're fucked up. But we're making each day we're doing better than we were today.
Right.
And
Amen.
reach out to us, reach out to your friends and family or whoever you can do, and fucking keep on keeping on. And tomorrow's a new day, a brand new day to start over.
Very good.
Right
FD.
I'd say for the fire department side, for the guys that are out there that are listening, make sure before you have bedtime stories. Nobody's did that. Nobody even jumped on it. They did it on purpose. Bastards.
If I slept on the job, I'd get fucking fired, dude.
Right,
Sleep
right,
on the
right.
job.
Serious time.
Right,
Oh,
Donnie. Come on, man.
Respect each other right now.
So right before you snuggle, when you're spooning,
Don't look at
Start.
me like that.
No, just in all honesty, guys, just God damn you, Jeff. It was a good job.
Where's
pull
your
out the
pinky
pinky.
Pinky's up, boys.
Pinky out.
That'll be our shirt. Pinky out.
Pinky
yeah.
up.
I'm sorry.
Firstknuckle.com.
That's FD Donnie at firstknuckle.com.
I still like my fistful in it.
like that.
Wow.
Guys, Donnie has a serious
All
mental
right.
illness.
You just
But
fucked it all
I just
up.
want to say Donnie drives the minivan.
Yeah.
2 in the front,
Yeah, 2 in the
5 in the rear.
Sorry, Kelly.
Go ahead, Donnie.
All of our first responder friends, just make sure you take care of yourself. Let's go that route. And it is okay to be like Jeff said, screwed up like the rest of us. But
How do you get 5 in the back?
oh my Jesus!
Well, come here.
Oh, wait.
Sorry.
Make sure you take care of your friends and preferably
I'm
don't
trying
show
to.
them the minivan in the ass.
I'll be up there in a couple of weeks.
Dr. David.
We're not. Just stop, Kelly. Just stop. Go ahead, Dr. David.
All of us work hard, and therefore all of us need to play hard. And all of us need to laugh hard like we have been for the last hour. Find some people to talk to. Find some people to play with. Find some people to make you laugh. And again, spend a lot of time with them. That's the remedy.
Close it.
So,
Hold on, Donnie's drawing a picture.
Oh, I knew.
I had to show that to Kelly. She was like, I don't get with the 2 in the front. It's kind of like the shocker.
I know
yeah.
what that is.
All right. Yeah. But the minivan's a little different. So, Kelly wants to study it. Maybe a test later. God.
Multiple choice.
Hold on.
We've lost the show. So to dovetail upon what Dr. David said, the second portion of this is we've had a lot of fun here tonight. I've had a lot of fun. I've laughed so much that my throat's sore. It's kind of like going in for the lieutenant's exam.
That's it, baby.
But in all seriousness, let's go out and have some fun. I would like for this show to be that fun factor for everyone listening. I hope you all had a good time. We really, really appreciate you. This will be simulcast on the Roll Call Room and the Shield Within. So hopefully if we get the numbers up, we'll break it off as its own show, because I certainly love doing these shows. Off duty and on the air is very special, and I'm very blessed and honored to be sitting at this table. I'm really blessed and super honored that we can do this with Nick.
Yes, sir.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Right on,
I will close it out by saying that everything that everybody else said, ditto, and know the proper lubricant.
That's the key to everything.
Right.
The key to life.
Especially if you're still on the job, that is key to your advancement in law enforcement. The wrong lubricant will not let you climb higher. So make sure you're well lubricated.
Well, there is some truth in that.
Yeah, assume the position.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're not wrong in that.
Yeah.
But those of you that are in it and you're trying to get out, or you're thinking that getting out is difficult or life after is difficult, there are people around this table that can tell you that is not the case. So don't stay for the wrong reasons and don't leave for the wrong reasons either. I have to preface that because there are a lot of folks that jump ship instead of waiting things out. But If you need anybody to reach out to, reach out to either our social media or through email. I always answer all of my emails, just not phone calls.
Text messages, maybe a little low.
We know that.
Yeah.
That was a softball for you. But with that, folks, thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to the next episode.
Keep on keeping on.
Donnie? Oh, wait a minute. We don't keep the music.
Keep the music, Donnie.
So,